Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome to another episode of Ryan Reviews Everything, formerly known as Just My Opinion with Ryan. And damn it, man, Sundays in the early 2023 is lit. We not only do we have Your Honor, but we have The Last of Us, and yeah, that's going to keep me quite busy Sunday night / Monday morning. I want to talk about The Last of Us first. I'm going to make a separate video for Your Honor, but as I mentioned, Sunday nights are here. And I am here for it. Damn it, man. The Last of Us the first episode was brilliant. They gave us an hour and a half, and it was just an hour and a half of beauty. And the scary thing when it comes to, video game adaptations, that is produced into a movie, or in this case, a series, it's always scary because you just never know if they do the video game justice. I'm sure that's how some people feel when they see a very good book turn into a movie or show, and you always hear the complaint of, oh, the book was better, but this was this adaptation was amazing, and I think the main reason for it is because we have Neil Druckmann, who is the co-president of Naughty Dog. For those who aren't familiar, Naughty Dog is the production company who is responsible for the Last of Us video game. Being that Neil Druckmann is so hands-on in this project, I feel like he will not let it be trash in the first place. He will make sure that HBO Max is bringing justice to this franchise. And I thought it was just beautiful. There was so many parts that reminded me of the video game. And for those who aren't into video games or those who haven't even played The Last of Us, let me let you know now, you don't need to be familiar with the video game in order to enjoy this series. The way it was shot, I feel like you could have never heard about The Last of Us at all and still really get into the show. And that's just another thing. The show is so good. I mean, the video game was so good. I just remember thinking about the storyline and the graphics and so forth. It legit feels like you're playing a video game in the first place. So to see that come to life on HBO Max, it's beautiful. So I liked how they had the timelines going on. We definitely see what goes down in 2003 when this, pandemic first happened in the first place. And, I didn't think about it then, but it's almost like it actually made sense. It's like you just slowly see people don't really know what's necessarily going on. Early 2000s, I don't think social media was where it is today. So it's not like you can just scroll on your Twitter timeline and be like, oh, snap. Look at all these all these wild stuff happening around the country or around the world. Nah, this was simply, you just walking around, chilling outside, and you see lots of cops and ambulance and fire, trucks go places, but you still don't know exactly what's going on. And then boom, just like that, it's just mayhem. A few of my favorite parts. I'm not going to go through a step-by-step of a hour and a half episode, but some of my highlights that I thought was just beautiful was when this disaster is first taking place, and Joel, is there to save his daughter from the grandmother who clearly turned. But when Joel pretty much when Joel, Tommy, and Sarah are all escaping from the neighborhood, they're driving in the cul-de-sac. You see kind of like this, first person point of view of them driving, and all this mayhem is taking place. That was beautiful, and it really reminds me of bits and pieces of when you escape from your neighborhood after this sickness hits the town in the video game that came out. So that was amazing, that part. And also just to fast forward a little bit, when they go to 2003 and it's a portion where they have to sneak, when Tess and Joel have to sneak Ellie out of this quarantined, facility, and just how they are sneaking around and things like that. It reminds me of each and every time you got to be stealthy as hell in order to, to progress. You got to be stealthy as hell in order to progress in the video game. So that type of stuff was just dope to see. Bella Ramsey definitely has a lot on her shoulders, trying to, give her best performance as Ellie. And hey, so far so good for me. I think she is doing great in that role. Of course, Pedro Pascal is a talented actor. I know most may be familiar with him from Game of Thrones or The Mandalorian. So Pedro and Bella, in my opinion, both deliver. And another tidbit that I was pleasantly surprised and happy to hear about, the actress by the name of Merle Dandridge. She plays Marlene in the show. I was unfamiliar with it, but apparently she was the initial person to voice Marlene in the actual video game, The Last of Us Part 1. So to have the voice actor in some of these characters come back and actually, take part in the actual show, I think is beautiful. I think that's a nice callback in that sense. I don't want to really go through a lot of spoilers necessarily. I'm just so overwhelmed and so happy and satisfied how this show went. Yeah, man, I'm loving it. And they're doing it right. Like you already see how things just kind of go. You got the monsters, of course, or the infected, whatever you want to call them. You definitely got your Phaedra, and in Marlene's case, you got the Fireflies, and Marlene is like the leader of the Boston headquarters, Fireflies, whatever. And I wouldn't call it a cameo, but I do like we do see the appearance of the Clicker. In this episode, of course, the Clicker is already dead, but the fact that they showed the Clicker got me hyped. Despite the fact that it was dead, I'm happy to see where this show goes from here, and I can't wait to see it. I am going to be, do not disturb, butt in the seat, watching The Last of Us as well as Your Honor. So, love it or hate it, this is just my review. I'm loving it. Peace.